Today, we're going to take a look at learning about HubSpot record views and how to customize them. So, what do I mean when I'm talking about a record view? Well, in CRM, we've got several different object types. We've got contacts, companies, and deals. And when we navigate to one of these records, let's take contacts, for example, here in our handy dandy test instance. If I jump into one of these records like John Doe, we could see the details displayed here on the left-hand side under about this contact below the name and the company and the email. We have a number of properties that are shown here. Now, HubSpot has by default many more properties than those that are just surfaced in this view. They can typically be found in this section here under Actions View All Properties. We can jump in and we can see that, well, there's 69 properties here under contact information. There's 12 here under conversion information. There's a ton of properties. There's over 100 properties, but typically there's more properties than you'd want to fit into a single view. However, sometimes we want to surface these properties into our view and add that relevant information so our sales team or marketing team can simply just jump into the record and get the information that they want. So we can customize the view that we see here under About This Contact, and we can add additional sections here to organize the various properties that are available for each of these records. And we can set those customized views as a default for new users, and we can roll that out, these sorts of views, to existing users. How do we do that? Well, HubSpot does have this manage card settings icon, this cogwheel here on the left-hand sidebar that allows us to jump into that. So let's dive in to see what editing this view looks like. We've got the About This Contact section, and here we've got a custom section here called Recruitment for this platform with a number of different properties. So it's quite easy to add a new property by default to this view. You can search through all of those properties that I just showed you in the All Properties section in HubSpot. They're available here in this editor. We can click through and find the one that we want, or we can simply search for one. So in this case, I'm going to be looking for some source properties. The marketing team has told us, hey, we need more information about where these leads are coming from. So they want to see the source, the original source drill down 1 and the original source drill down 2. So I'm going to add that to this view. And there we see them brought in because I had About This Contact section selected. They've been added to the bottom. And we can drag and drop here, move them around to get the organization that is most useful for the team involved. Now, there are some additional features in here that make the sections that appear on these records contextual to where, for example, a record is in the sales process. We could conceivably add another section here, and maybe this is a section that only appears in when a deal is or when a contact is a customer. So maybe it's customer details. So we can create this section, and then I could do something called make this section conditional. So great use of life cycle stage is being able to determine whether or not somebody is a customer. So we can use this life cycle stage, and we can set the conditional value to be life cycle stage is customer. And now I have a section that will only show up if our life cycle stage is customer. And in here, I can add in all of the properties that are relevant for customers. Maybe it's some deal information, recent deal close date, recent deal amount, total revenue from the customer, number of associated deals, yada, yada, yada. So these might be might be information we'd be expecting to see for a customer who has closed. But we wouldn't want it maybe clogging up the view otherwise if a record hasn't closed a deal. So we can really leverage in this case the conditional section options like lifecycle stage equals customer to have this only show up on records where the contact is in fact a customer. So let's take a look at what this looks like. Let's save this. This is a new default view and it's been updated in the system now. So if I go back to one of those contact records that we were looking at before, I believe it was John Doe here. Dive it into John Doe. We take a look over on the left-hand side, and we can see we still have the recruitment section, of course, that's there. And now because the John Doe is not a customer and he's an opportunity, we don't see that customer section. However, if this were to switch for whatever triggers in the system that causes that, we can suddenly see that this section now populates because he's now a customer. And that's how I've configured this. So these same principles work across all records in the system. We can edit that left sidebar in this granular way using conditional triggers to display sections on the left-hand side that are contextual to other properties and information in the system. So this is a great example of how we could use this on a contact record to surface data for a customer, for example.
Thanks for watching and keep removing those revenue roadblocks. If you want more videos like this, follow our channel for fresh, new content every day. Check out our RevOps playlist, or how about this video chosen just for you? See you next time.